ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I am Sunny Pancholi, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulas for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions, by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such multi-sectorial titan on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Mr. Nikhil Waghmare. With nearly 3 decades of distinguished experience spanning the information and communication technology, that is ICT, and manufacturing domains, has been instrumental in delivering exceptional business benefits through business excellence initiatives and technology solutions, a remarkable feat of which is exceeding $150 million in one of his assignments. He has spearheaded strategic initiatives such as quality management system, business excellence programs, measurement infrastructure development, Industry 4.0, that is IIOT and Data Analytics, among others. In his latest role, he has served as the Senior Advisor, Quality Council of India, overseeing functions like government advisory, quality management systems, business excellence, Industry 4.0, and data science. Welcome to FaceTime with Leaders. We are thrilled to have you here today. Your expertise and insights will be invaluable to our viewers.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So, Mr. Waghmare, to begin with, could you let our viewers know in brief about your career journey so far?
Yes. The career is spanning 3 decades, as you rightly said. So a lot of, I would say, more than success, I would relish on my not so very successful, because the failures teach you more than the successes. So that's the premise of my growth in my career so far. I'm an electrical engineer by qualification. Passed out in 1993 from Amravati University. It's a government engineering college in Amravati. Then I started my journey with environmental and pollution control equipment company called Thermax. Proceeded to work on industrial automation and process control systems of Siemens. And from there, I moved on to information technologies world. Started working with Mindtree. Then from there, Tech Mahindra. I would like to share an experience when I went to Japan, where it was an assignment for commissioning of a water treatment plant of a prefecture in Japan. And that is where I got to learn about Toyota production system, which we today know lean manufacturing. And that excited me to go into process excellence, business excellence domain from an engineer, being an engineer. And it helped me in analyzing things beyond the technology perspective. So the process side of it is what has excited me and motivated me to take up a journey of lean, Six Sigma, quality management systems, and precisely in terms of consulting services, which we used to provide when I was working with Wipro Technologies to the Fortune 500 companies. And one of those companies was in US, where I was stationed for nearly an year. And that is the reference which you gave about a huge saving potential of a project that we have executed in US. From there, I moved on to doing my own consulting and started a small firm. And I was associated then with Lean Manufacturing Competitiveness Program of Government of India. And that is how I got into more of a consulting into manufacturing domain. And the achievement there has been that nearly 350 to 400 companies in the micro, small, medium enterprises sector of Government of India. I have been able to, do some interaction with them, if not, full-fledged consulting. So in terms of providing trainings, in terms of providing hand-holding solutions, in terms of giving, virtual trainings as well as guidance sessions, close to about 350, MSMEs is what I have worked with. Then got an opportunity to work for Quality Council of India, which is an apex body in quality management system in India. And I was given a position of senior advisor here. I still continue to work in Quality Council of India. There are initiatives of larger interest in nation building. Those initiatives are something that I'm working on, which excited me to, contribute to the nation, because it's a circular world. What you get, you need to give back, right? So it is an opportunity for me, and a very significant opportunity in contributing to nation building, in terms of advisory solutions, in terms of monitoring regulatory functions, in terms of developing new systems. Like I'll cite an example of one institute that we are trying to come up with, which will train the project management professionals in infrastructure project domains of Government of India. So any infrastructure project like a road construction or a power plant construction, or railways, or any infrastructure related construction or infrastructure related project, the people have to get certified through Quality Council of India's initiative of this institute called NICPP, which I have been integral part of leading the project, in terms of developing the core structure, in terms of developing the IT system, which is LMS and certification system and all of that. So it's a combination of technical skills, managerial skills, consulting skills, and huge opportunity for me to contribute in terms of nation building. I also work as a master trainer in the key initiative of Government of India, which is called Zero Effect, Zero Defect. And the initiative was based on the clarion call given by our honorable Prime Minister, where he said, while we do the manufacturing, we should be world class, as well as we should take care of the environmental impact of doing the manufacturing. So that's a conceptualization of zero effect, zero defect initiative of Government of India. And Quality Council of India has developed this framework, and we also have a framework on the basis of zero effect, zero defect for DRDO companies, DRDO suppliers, which is defense manufacturing sector. And I am the master trainer. I have been able to contribute as a master trainer to develop the capacity in terms of how do we implement zero defect and zero effect solutions in our manufacturing sector. This is also supported by the scheme and the subsidy provided to MSMEs as well as the defense sector, companies. And we are very happy to say that close to about 50,000 MSMEs have now, more than that rather, have now taken the path of zero effect, zero defect in India. We are hoping to reach the huge market sector. MSMEs in India clocks to something like 6.5 crore, to give or take few. So it's a huge opportunity for adoption of zero effect and zero defect solution, which aligns to our objective of ESG, what we learn through the independent director course in your LMS. So it's a combination of technical consulting, managerial skills, the competencies in terms of statistical analytical tools, Industry 4.0. Quality Council of India is also, progressing towards making Industry 4.0 adoption in Indian market, because Industry 4.0 has capital intensive solutions. That means you need to invest a lot in order to be ready with the Industry 4.0 solutions, which comes from the IT domain, where we look at operations technology, not just the information technology. And the operation technology is the manufacturing systems and processes that we can integrate with the office or the business layer of the systems like ERP solutions, and also connect the supply chain at one end and also the customer relationship management on the other end. So a single digital thread flowing across ecosystem of your business is an objective of Industry 4.0. So we are working towards providing solutions to the manufacturing domain in Indian environment. This also looks at the impact of manufacturing in terms of environmental impact. So, in terms of air pollution, noise pollution, water pollution, uh, topsoil, and so many other things, as well as energy management. Energy is a big area in business domain, because energy in many cases is a raw material for making the products. So example like foundry or alloy making, you would need a furnace which is electrically operated, and that is when the electricity becomes a raw material for manufacturing. Now when there is such a huge consumption of electricity in manufacturing, how do we optimize and conserve the energy? How do we use the renewable sources like solar, wind, geothermal, and protect the environment by reducing the consumption of fossil fuel and related sources of generation of electricity? Then there is also an element of uh, the environmental management in sense of ISO 14,000, which is the standard that is required for manufacturing units to adopt in order to be compliant with the energy environmental protection norms given by the standard. So that is again a very significant area of contribution towards ESG, which I am happy to be aligned with, happy to be working on. The quality management system, the management system, energy management system, and a combination of technological background that I have in terms of Industry 4.0 is the amalgamation of what I have learned in last 30 years or so. Over to you.
Amazing, Mr. Waghmare. Thank you for the excellent start to this interview. Your career journey is truly inspiring, really.
Thank you.
Continuing our conversation, our viewers would like to know which of your job roles and responsibilities have helped you with a lot of learnings.
So every job has a learning. So when I came out of engineering college, I didn't even have a practical exposure. So in one of the sites in a cement making plant in Rajasthan, where I was deputed for commissioning of the electrostatic precipitator, I was standing next to a motor and I was looking for a motor, electrical motor. And I'm an electrical engineer, to say, to make it more complicated or more interesting. I was standing next to the motor and I was not able to identify what motor looks like. So that is a beginning of learning that you have, where every job, every interaction with the outside world is a learning opportunity, in my opinion. My parents have been teachers. My family members, there are a lot of teachers, so there is a learning opportunity within the family itself. Talking about the professional journey, the as I said, when I go from site to site, I must have traveled about 11 states when I was doing I was a site engineer. Every state you go, there's a different culture, there's a different food pattern, there's a different language that you speak, and so on and so forth. So even if I'm traveling from my place of work to a state like Gujarat or maybe Tamil Nadu, the traveling itself has a learning. Forget about the job opportunities. But to make the long conversation short, so there are 2 3 incidences which I would like to mention here. The first incidence was when I was introduced to you know a company called Myco. Now it is Bosch, and I was working for Siemens in that age, and the manager there were so very professional, as well as technically so very sound, that it was a challenge for me to scale up to their expectation. So lot of learning. I mean, it's not about knowing things, it's about how you do things and how well you perform in the job that you have. And that is something that I have learned in the interaction with that company. Moving on, when I came to the IT world, it was a different culture altogether. Because in Siemens, industrial automation process control domain, the work was related to talking to machines, configuration of the intelligent systems which will operate the machines, and human to machine interface. All of these were the technical aspects. But when you get into more of a services industry like information technology world, there is a huge amount of people interaction that you should be looking forward to, because we work with very intelligent set of people. The coding and developing a software and testing a software is not anybody's job. It requires huge skills, huge intelligence to start with. And of course, the background in the engineering helped me in doing that. However, the interacting with people, interacting with managers, customers, international level customers, I mean, the language that you speak, the kind of the pronunciations that we make when we are speaking English, and when you talk to a person sitting in US or Europe, their the understanding of what they say becomes limitation, and that is where the development begins. And I have learned a lot when I worked for IT sector, particularly in the consulting domain. I will set an example of when I went to US, and we were supposed to give a presentation to the vice president there, and he said, Nikhil, you have just 7 minutes to tell me what you want to tell me. I mean, I'm supposed to explain the project, which will take about 18 months for us to complete, and the vice president gives me 7 minutes to explain the project. Now, imagine the kind of, the pressure, the kind of preparation that you will need to concisely present the information which you want to convey, and you want to get an alignment of objectives with the person like a vice president. So that was a learning. That was a huge learning, I would say. Then came the phase where I had team under me. So handling a team of 100 people, how do you take care of everybody's objectives, alignment to the project? Everybody is a human being, so they are not machines. So and human beings will have emotions, human beings will have family, they will have their own set of priorities, and you need to extract the work from them. That is the leadership skill that you need to develop in the scenario of like that. The next learning is about Lean and Six Sigma. Today, in the world of training of Lean and Six Sigma, I'm proud to say that I'm one of the sought after teachers of Lean and Six Sigma toolkit and methodology. But to reach up to that level and to make people understand that this is how Lean and Six Sigma work, this is how you can implement, this is how you can benefit from adoption of this world class tools, is again a skill that I have learned over a period of time. Because knowing a topic and teaching a topic, these are two things. And when you get into teaching mode, you need to connect with the audience, and the audience is varied. Like I said, I'm a master trainer for Zero Effect, Zero Defect. The average work experience of the participant is close to 20 years, and you have a participation of ranging between 15 years to 30 years of work experience, and you're trying to teach them. How would that be the how would that work out? Because everybody is coming with a lot of experience, lot of learning, lot of know-how on the topic that I'm talking about, and still engaging them in a virtual training mode and gaining good feedback. I mean, typically about 8.5 to 9 out of 10 is the faculty feedback that I keep getting. So that is a learning. That is a huge opportunity to interact and learn from the participants also. So the learning process is a continuous process, in my opinion. Even till the time you actually retire and after retirement, learning has to continue. Is strongly what I believe.
Amazing. Amazing, Mr. Waghmare. So, building on that, our viewers are eager to know you have been honored with several awards and accolades. So, which of them do you regard as your greatest achievement and why?
So, in terms of awards, I'm a couple of them. That's all. I mean, I don't have many awards to list on. Every certification that I did, however, is recognition. So, It's not a reward that I'm proud of. I'm proud of the recognition that I have received through the certification process that I have gone through, and close to about 20, 25 certifications I have of international stature. The most satisfying was the American Society for Quality certification in Six Sigma, and black belt certified ASQ certified black belt is a sought after skill, because ASQ is the apex body in the world which certifies the Six Sigma professionals. So that is a very, very proud moment. That was a very, very proud moment. I still cherish that. The award in terms of receiving a feather in the cap award for the project that I did in US from Wipro Technologies, because we were running series of initiatives of process excellence there, and it went on very well, successfully completed. So that was an award that I cherish most. And the most important is the work that I'm doing right now is an award in itself, because I'm able to contribute to the nation building. I'm able to participate in the huge development initiatives of Government of India, especially led by Honorable Prime Minister, who is such a visionary and such a great leader of the world. And to contribute in a little small way in his vision is a great achievement in my opinion. That in itself is an award.
Absolutely. Absolutely right, Mr. Waghmare. So now that we have discussed your career journey, your professional pursuits, roles and responsibilities, awards, accolades, everything. Okay, let's move on to the subject of corporate governance and
Yeah.
ESG. So, what piqued your interest in ESG and corporate governance?
So corporate governance per se have never been the path that I have worked on, but the by virtue of playing the various roles at the leadership level, the interface to the corporate governance is very strong in terms of setting the policies, in terms of saying how the business is going to be performed. Is a day-to-day activity for me, and is like one of the policy making contributors in the current role that I'm playing. Also, in the earlier cases, earlier work profiles, I had an opportunity to work in the leadership management sector, as well as the senior management committees, which involved committee of social responsibilities, CSR, then employee retention, employee motivation. Those are the policies, those are the systems that I have been always working on. So it is time for me to formalize my experience in terms of saying that somebody has certified me in doing that. So so that was the objective of going for a certification through IICA, and with your help it was very successfully completed. The ESG part, as I have given a brief about zero effect, zero defect initiative of Government of India for manufacturing sector, the ISO 14,000 interface, the kind of carbon credits and carbon footprint reduction across the sectors that I have worked in, especially the IT sector. I mean, people don't believe that IT sector also has a carbon footprint. And how do you reduce that? Because if there's a belief that IT sector doesn't have a carbon footprint because they don't make anything, then how do you reduce it? So these are the areas. Because, and where is the carbon footprint coming in the IT systems? The data centers that are used, the kind of heating, ventilation, air conditioning that they use, the kind of the communication models and hardware interfaces that they need. All of these consume huge electricity, as well as they require a lot of cooling, and that is where the carbon footprint comes into play. How do we optimize that? So these have been the initiatives that I'm strongly working with since a few years now, maybe a decade plus. And now I thought it is a very right time, and with your help, with your company's help, we should get into formal certification process. I should look at getting somebody certifying me and saying that now I am certified, so I'm more qualified to work towards it. However, the interest and the work profiles that I have worked on, both in terms of corporate social responsibility, in terms of employees, in terms of environmental protection, in terms of energy management, carbon footprint reduction. Is I hope I am able to answer your question.
So, building on to that, and before we conclude our discussion on this particular subject of ESG and corporate governance, I would like to quickly ask you, as an ESG and corporate governance expert, what values do you put forth?
The values in terms of corporate governance are huge. I mean, we say that three P's that we have to look at: the planet, the profits, and people. And these are strongly embedded in the corporate governance. In my opinion, if the value system of corporate governance imbibes the ethos of these three P's, planet, people, and profit,
Okay.
then the value system is going to be very strong. Uh, Particularly talking about the value that I would like to see is also building the nation. How well are we contributing towards nation? And for that, you don't need to work on a significant project like infrastructure creation or anything. You should be a good corporate. You should be willing to adopt to the rules and regulations and the norms, statutory and legal norms set by the government of India, and that in itself is a good contribution to nation building, because if your business is clean, there are more people who are attracted to your business. Talking about in terms of ESG, again the three P's, which talks about people and planet. Out of the three, the two of them have to align to ESG values. So whatever manufacturing we are doing, whatever business we are doing, I gave an example of IT system generating carbon footprint. So how do you take care of all of those? Because we only have one planet, and what are we passing on to our next generation? Is this planet alone, isn't it? So how well we take care of our planet today so that the next generation gets benefited, or at least it is not harmed. So those are the ethos on which the ESG value system has to build on, and has to be pursued by every organization working in the business domain, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Strong corporate governance is the backbone of sustainable growth. All
Yes.
right, let's move ahead and since you belong to this technology space, so let's discuss it. What are some of the most remarkable changes you have seen in your field with changes in technology? That is part A. And part B is, what changes do you expect to see with the advent of IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, Web 3.0, big data, etc.?
So yes, it's a significant change in terms of Industry 4.0. So what is the Industry 4.0? When we say it is a industrial revolution, the industrial revolution now we are looking at is a fourth industrial revolution, and that industrial revolution talks about cyber physical systems. Now, what is cyber physical system? Let's say you have a machine, and how does that machine look on your computer? That is, you're creating a physical system into a cyber system. Now, what is the advantage of doing this? When we talk about cyber physical system, it's a remote access to your manufacturing setup. I spoke about single digital thread flowing through the ecosystem of the business, which is the way you communicate with your supplier, the way you communicate to your customer, and what you do in between this is all connected, and it's a single digital thread. The biggest advantage of doing this is ease of decision making based on real time information, real time data. Now, what is real time data? Real time data is, you can correlate it with your UPI transaction. Now, UPI transaction, if a party one needs to send money to party B, then it's just within fraction of seconds that the transaction is completed. Now, that is real time transaction. And imagine such kind of transactions are now visible to you on your computer or on your mobile phone for your manufacturing setup. What would that give you? It would give you a real time information. Based on that, you can make informed decisions about some corrections that you need to make in your business scenario. So that has been the biggest, I would say, advantage of Industry 4.0. Supporting systems. I mean, each of these system is a opportunity in itself, like big data analytics, like you have cloud computing, like you have AI, ML, blockchain. All of these are the supporting systems for Industry 4.0. However, at the cost of repetition, I would like to say each of the things that I have mentioned by itself is an opportunity, by itself is a business domain. and it's a huge one. So big data analytics is a huge domain. AI ML is a big domain itself. But from my perspective, when I talk about Industry 4.0, these are supporting systems to the core purpose of real-time information and real-time information-based decision-making process. Going forward, what do I look at? Going forward, there's no end to it. I mean, what technological advancements that we can talk about today may not be, feasible 10 years down the line. Because talk, just travel back 10 years, and did we have chat GPT at that time? No. But what can chat GPT do today? The coding time in software industry has gone down because people have started adopting generative AI technologies. So artificial intelligence helps you do a lot of things. You know, though people say that artificial intelligence one day will take over the humanity, but that I don't agree, because you need people to program the artificial intelligence, right? You need human intelligence to tell artificial intelligence what to do. So that being said, the opportunity in terms of technological advancements are going to be humongous. I would also imagine that the development in the health sector, in the medical treatment domain, is going to be, very very significant in coming future, because the kind of treatment that was available few years back is completely different from what you have today. A lot of technology adoption. Biotechnology is a field which I'm very excited about, because that is going to save human lives, and in huge numbers, and we need it very very quickly, and people are working towards that. So these are two domains which I see as a future technological advancement, which I would like to see, where people are able to talk to their machines or through their mobile phone. That is one, with the help of other allied technologies. And second is the biotechnology world, which will save the human lives, is something that I would like to see.
Mr. Waghmare, thank you so much for being so insightful on this particular subject. All right, so this brings us to the last question of the session, and here it is. We are building a community of industry magnates. The move is meant for cross pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. So, what are your thoughts about these initiatives taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Heval Mehta, and the whole team of World Development Corporation?
Oh, it's a wonderful initiative. It's a fantastic initiative. Must congratulate you and your team, and Jisan as well as Mehta sir. And it's a big help for people like me, and as you rightly said, corporate magnates, or I would call myself to be a future corporate governance professional. I'm not yet officially on board of any company. I would like to see myself performing that role in near future. But talking about this initiative, I think it is the need of an hour, and very well designed, very well executed. Must congratulate you and your team for doing this, and I would wish you all the best. And I wish that you are able to reach the significant population of future corporate leaders and ESG leaders in near future.
Great. Great, Mr. Waghmare. It was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire future leaders. Thank you, Mr. Nikhil Waghmare, for joining us today. Wish you the best for your future endeavors. Moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute has unquestionably expanded to participants' understanding and enriched their minds.
Yes, I truly believe so.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.